What up, YouTube? So I wanted to do a post-fight video for the Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia fight card. First, I want to big ups to Al Heyman. Shout out to Al Heyman, man. He is bringing the fire with the boxing in 2017. I mean, it's amazing what this man is doing for boxing, for free TV, ladies and gentlemen, free TV. You if you're hating on Al Heyman at this point, I mean, seriously, I don't want to insult anybody. I don't have a problem doing it, but you're a fucking moron if you're hating on Al Heyman at this point. Seriously, you're a douchebag. Like, there's nothing to hate this man for. Good, awesome fights, exciting fights, the fights that fans want to see on free TV. You know what I'm saying? Come on, like you have to give credit to where credit's due. Now, moving along. I like Erickson Lubin. Um, he's a 154 pounder. For you guys who don't know, that's the quote unquote super welterweight / junior middleweight division. The division that Demetrius Andre and both the Charlo brothers both fought at one time until Jamal Charlo went up to 160 after beating J. Rock Williams. Now, I like Erickson Lubin. He's a long way from one of those fights, or I think he's actually in line for a title shot now. I believe. It'll be interesting to see how he does it with those guys at the top of the 160-pound division, or 54 division. I'm sorry. That will be very interesting to see. I do not think he's ready for a Demetrius Andre level fighter. I do not think that at all. As good as he is, he has power in both hands. I've seen him put dudes, you know what I'm saying, down with a jab. So the kid definitely has power. He made easy work of Cota tonight. Cota was very unorthodox, southpaw, this kind of awkward half. I don't know. He was doing his own version of the Philly shell, and giving Lubin a very awkward look. He seemed pretty tough in the beginning. They had some pretty good exchanges, and Lubin just kind of got unorthodox with him, and basically caught him slipping. Cota went to paw with the jab, and Lubin just brought the fire with that left hook, and it was night. I mean, he didn't disconnect him from his senses, but he put him down. And when ref waved it off, he tried to get up and fell back down. He was definitely done. He was definitely done. So ref did him a favor. So yeah, shout out to Erickson Lubin. The kid, I think he's on his way to the top, but I do not think he should fight somebody that is top 5. Maybe the top 3, maybe in 160-pound division. I don't think he should fight those guys yet. Not yet. Now, moving on to the main event, Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia. Yeah, exciting fight. There were rounds that were close. I gave Danny Garcia like 2 rounds. In all honesty, 2 rounds. I had it 10-2, But I also said I could see if the judges could have it 7-5 or 8-4, a lot closer than what I had it. And they actually did have it a lot closer than I had it. The judges had to fight at some of them had to fight 113, 115 for Danny Garcia. So it was an interesting fight. Danny Garcia's chin held up a lot better than I thought it would. He got hurt in the earlier rounds, visibly hurt. He didn't get dropped, so that's a testament to him. His chin is definitely a lot better than I suspected it would be. His defense, which I've given him props for, was on display tonight, and it was even better than it has been in the past. He avoided a lot of punches, but overall, Keith Thurman, he put out more work. He threw more punches. He landed more punches. The later rounds, Keith Thurman kind of seemed like he gassed out, or rather took a different approach as to not allow himself to get caught with something or allow Danny Garcia to get off with combinations and steal rounds. So he started boxing, and he was on the back foot and using his lateral movement. And Danny Garcia didn't get an opportunity to sit down on a lot of his punches like he likes to do, because he's so flat-footed. And with the lateral movement, and Keith Thurman kind of pop-shotting him, kind of kept him off balance. But I think as Keith Thurman got tired, Danny Garcia was able to withstand his punches a lot better because he was fatiguing. At least that's what I saw. Somebody else may see it differently, but that's what I saw. But all in all, I think Danny Garcia is definitely ready for the welterweight division. This was a big test for him in my eyes, just like the Sean Porter fight was a big test for Keith Thurman in my eyes. Even though Danny Garcia did lose, in my opinion, and check out my other videos because that's how I called it for the rounds that I made videos for. I think Danny Garcia can hold his head high in the welterweight division. He stepped up to a bigger man who's been fighting at the weight a lot longer, who could take his punches and could dish out punches, and he lost. But I think Danny Garcia has nothing to be ashamed of. I think he is a contender in the welterweight division. He proved that he has a chin. He proved that his defense is on par with one of the best welterweights in the division, who is now the unified WBA, WBC champ. So Danny Garcia, I think, is going to go a long way. He's not going to get beat by just anybody. He's not going to get beat by a journeyman. He's not going to get beat by a gatekeeper. I think Danny Garcia can be a champion again in the welterweight division. I think he can be. But he just has to work on his ability to fight boxers. What he did tonight was good. How he stayed aggressive, especially after Keith Thurman got tired a little bit. He stayed aggressive. He started to double up on his jab, and try to walk Keith Thurman down, but Keith Thurman's footwork is just superior to his, so he couldn't really trap him, like in the corner against the ropes. But, yeah, all in all, it was a good fight. I think Danny Garcia is a tough fight for anybody at welterweight. I believe so. After this, I believe he's a tough fight for anybody. Before, I needed to see this fight in order to be able to properly gauge Danny Garcia at welterweight. I needed to see him fight an official, and of course, that's what you want to see. Them step up and fight good competition like Kell Brook and Errol Spence Jr. So, yeah, all in all, good fight. Danny Garcia is a handful for anybody at 147, in my opinion. But as I predicted, he did not win this fight. Split decision, so it was close. But I'm looking forward to see what Danny Garcia does again. I hope he fights before the end of the year. Take a softer touch, obviously. But I hope to see him fight before the end of the year. I'd like to see Keith Thurman fight before the end of the year too. Excuse me. Let's stop with all this once a year shit. You know what I'm saying? You guys can at least fight twice a year. At least twice a year. I'm not asking you to kill yourself, but step it up a little bit, fellas. You know what I'm saying? And I think with what Al Heyman is doing now, I think probably it's going to be that way. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, so that's my post-fight analysis. Yeah, two boys from Florida, came out on top tonight. So yeah, props to Keith Thurman. Props to Danny Garcia. He did his thing. He proved himself. I don't think he has anything to be ashamed of. He went in there and he weathered the storm and he held his own. What more could you ask for? But yeah, so that's it. I'm in the video. Now there's certain termination. I'm out. Peace.